everyone used to sign on and get £36.40 every 2 weeks.
Eubank, yeah. I'm going to be Nigel.
I'm going to tell you now, nobody heard this. You're going to hear this.
Yo, look, I can do it like money made, glamorous ting. 12 round unanimous ting. Casual fans on the analyst ting. That ain't KG and Travis's ting. That's undefeated, undisputed like Lennox. Do it on point, jab your head off. Who tried to say that AJ fell off? Must have never had Nigerian.
What's happening, guys? Welcome to the Undefeated podcast.
The only podcast with 2 undefeated fighters.
Chatting it up. Listen, guys, this is a special episode.
It's a special episode.
We're talking to a legend. We're talking to a legend directly. Listen, this is a big deal.
Oh my day! I can't believe it right now. In front of me,
I need a bit more. I need a bit more cheers than that.
Bro, it's the Dark Destroyer. Wait, ask me my tail of the tape first.
What's your tail of the tape, bro?
I'm 0-0, never fought, never lost. If I did, someone's getting taken out. What's your tail of the tape, bro?
I'm 2-0, bro.
Yeah,
I got a 50% knockout rate.
Yep.
Half the minute entered the ring with me, they left on their backs.
But the man across us right now, what is your tail of the tape? Give it to us. Just say everything that you've achieved, man, in terms of like the titles and stuff. Let us know.
Well, all army titles in the army from welterweight all the way up to heavyweight. Then I came out, won the ABA title. Then I won the Commonwealth title. Then I won the WBO title. Then I won the 6 middleweight WBO.
Don't get it twisted. First British man to win that WBO title. Put some respect on that.
Yes.
Nigel, thank you so much for agreeing to take some time to talk with us, man.
No problem, man. No problem at all whatsoever.
We got to apologize.
No, we're not apologizing.
Jokes.
We have to tell our jokes, bro. It's very important.
That's it. You have to keep. That's it. Don't change who you are. That's who you are. That's what got me here. This is what got me here because the way you two conduct yourself. So leave it out. Don't change.
All right, we appreciate it.
Oh man, listen. So there's so much to get to, so much to talk about, yeah?
Yes.
do you know where I want to start?
Go for it.
I want to start with the music video. Nigel, we got to start with the music video first. Your music video, when you're bouncing in the ring, I'm the destroyer. I want to know ya. Talk to us, bro.
Oh my gosh. Listen. All right. Oh, that one there. Yeah. I think I've done a bit of Rivalry there, that record. I don't know whose voice has done that. That was. I think Simon Cowell actually done that record. That's how old it is.
Oh,
Simon Cowell.
Wait, but then who penned those lyrics? Was it you or Simon Cowell?
Did you write those lyrics?
No, I didn't write the lyrics. You know I didn't do none of that. That's not who I am. That's not who I am. You know, and even when I listen to it, I think that doesn't even sound like me. That's a Milli Vanilli, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, true.
All right, so crazy. See, your sound is coming in and out. I don't know why. I don't know if that's on ours or it's glitching.
No, we have a bad signal around in this area.
Oh, I see.
Okay, cool. We'll work with it.
Cool. So, Nigel, you were in the headlines recently for the comeback. What inspired the comeback, man? Talk to us about that.
I think what it was really study. I'm more fit now than when I was fighting. I was more stressful, smoking spliff. Started smoking at ages. I ate smoking cigarettes all through my career, taking little fellas. I was in the right frame of mind. Now that I'm retired, I don't have no stress, don't smoke, don't drink, don't chase women, don't do absolutely nothing. I just live a nice, godly life now. My life has changed. I'm just train more harder now than when I was champion.
Really?
So
I do a lot of Tour de France riding.
Wow.
Okay.
So what was the change for you? What made you say, you know what, I'm gonna put that down and then almost like go on this journey that you're on now?
Say that again.
What was the change? What was the turning point for you that said, you know what, I'm gonna change my life around?
What you mean with fighting or not fighting? What do you mean?
No, you said that, you know, you're living clean now, you know, you're not smoking anymore.
Yeah.
None of, like, what was that?
I feel when I had the encounter with Jesus, my whole life just changed. My whole life just changed. It was just like I was just in a different place. Before that, my life was always hectic, always in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, and then when I had that encounter, my whole life just changed, man. Started to respect my wife, respecting my kids, started respecting everybody around me. You know, and my whole just life just, and I think I had to go through a lot of, I suffered with depression, nervous breakdown, suicide, everything that I went through because of how my life was. Because I had this woman that I loved so much, but yet I didn't show the love because I was just so messed up in my own mind. This all started way back from a kid.
I was going to say, was this before boxing? I was going to say, was this before boxing, or was this the demons of becoming famous in boxing and what that brings?
No. I think it was the death of my brother. I think that really changed me. That really, an 8-year-old boy, you know, and the only way I can describe it, when my brother got killed by racists, it really kind of affected my life. He was like, the only way I can describe it is like when Simba lost Mufasa. That was what my life was like. My whole life just kind of changed. From the age of 8, it was just like my heart was severed. I just started smoking cigarettes. I just suddenly just snapped him and I just changed from that.
Can I ask one more question on that then? Did you use that rage? Did you use that rage of losing your brother in your fights?
No, I think that was always in me. I'm not going to say that rage, I didn't use it because I had 6 other brothers. I didn't have no sisters. We had brothers in the house. We used to fight for food. We used to just fight amongst each other, you know, growing up. You know.
So what was day one in the boxing gym? What brought you to the boxing gym?
Well, I started boxing when I was, first of all, when I was about 12. I got knocked down 6 times by my brother John. Then I changed, and then I done martial arts. Then I stuck with martial arts for years. And then I got knocked down by my brother Dermot. Then I said, you know what, I'm going to go and join the army, man. I went and joined the army because where my life was going, I was either going to end up dead or in prison, one of the two. So I had to go and change my life around. So I joined the army, and that's when my life really changed. But I still had a lot of demons. I still had a lot of demons in my life because I never dealt with the issues with my brother.
Okay, see. So then, so you're now. It's your first day in the gym. What was the point? What was the turning point that you said, I could go really far with this? Like, this is actually something
No, listen, no. It wasn't that. It was, I come out of the army, I started boxing in the army, and I come out, I just done a security job. I was like doing Group 4 cash in transit, a security guard in Woolworths. I never thought about.
Wow.
Woolworths.
The Dark Destroyer.
Yeah, Woolworths. Yeah.
Wait. You're telling me the Dark Destroyer was stopping people from getting pick a mix? Oh, man.
You ain't got a chance getting those pick a mix. That's
I
crazy.
can't believe that. I can't believe that.
Wow.
All right. So wait. So you're in Woolworths right now. So let me get this chronology right. So you're in the army. You're boxing in the army, and then you leave the army, and you're doing security right now.
Yeah. First of all, I done cash in transit with Group 4 because I left with an exemplary record in the army, so I can get any security job that I wanted. But then after I'd done that, then I went and done store detective in Woolworths. And I thought to myself, and then I thought I wasn't really bad at boxing because I never lost a fight then. So I thought, well, I'll come out, I'll just see how I do it. All I wanted was, Travis, all I wanted was a terrace house like my dad. All I wanted, a 3-bedroom terrace house and a BMW. I didn't want nothing. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
I would be happy with that. You know what I mean? And then it just blew up, you know. It just blew up.
Yeah.
What is that like when you've set yourself a humble target, you just want to have a house and a car, and now people are now screaming your name. They're like, yo, you're Nigel Benn.
Listen, no, it's weird because you know what it is? Now I just bought a terrace house. This is my first 2 years. And in the next house, I went straight from this terrace house to a 7-bedroom mansion. It was just like scary, right? Listen, I'm not boasting, but you know what? Me and my wife, we go to bed at 4 o'clock and we get up at 6 o'clock thinking, man, is this my house? Is this my house? do you understand? Coming from a 3-bedroom house in Ilford, Essex. Well, first of all, then I moved to East Ham. I had a 3-bedroom terrace house, and all of a sudden now I'm in this big mansion that I lived there for about 13 years. So it was just like, and money was just rolling in. It was just crazy. It was just like, because you got to understand, when I come out of the army, well, no, just before I joined the army, I remember I used to sign on and get £36.40 every 2 weeks. I still remember that. £36.40 every 2 weeks.
It's gone up. It's gone up still. They give more now. They give more. Just let me know.
But I don't need it now.
So Nigel, right? You go on a tear of victories. Like you're winning everything. Like you're a prospect. Then you come up against Michael Watson.
Yeah.
Talk us.
Oh, is that what? No, I think you got some jokes you want to run about this.
No. Bro, you are still the Dark Destroyer.
You're the Dark Destroyer, bro.
You're still that guy, bro.
Yeah.
The talk to us.
You know what it was? I'll tell you what it was, because I had 22 wins, 22 fights, knockouts. For myself, what can man do to me? I'm not scared.
Hold on, one second. We'll wait for it to come back. 1 second, because it just went off for a second. So yeah, do that bit again if you can.
Yeah. So I had 22 fights, 22 wins, and 22 knockouts, and I didn't have no fear whatsoever. Didn't have no fear. I was never scared. Never, ever scared when I stepped in the ring. Never had no fear. And so when I had this opportunity to fight Michael Watson, I thought, bring him on. I thought, what can he do to me? I just,
Yeah.
But Michael, I love Michael. He's just like so much of a lovely guy. He just knew how to beat me. I didn't have only 1 gear. I had first gear. I didn't know second, third, and fourth gear. I just had 1, and that was just becoming hard.
Yeah.
And Michael just knew how to just cover up, take his time. He burned himself up. And I remember going to my corner, and I went to my trainer, now go out there, steam him. So I'm getting the boxing pants, steam him. Oh no, I can't find it in here, man. I thought, what do you think I've been doing for the last 5 rounds? Michael just absorbed the punches, man, and just, and he got hold of me, and he had a huddle, and he looked at my dad and he winked at my dad to say, I got your boy.
Oh no, man.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I got to chop off right now. That was. Wait. So is there? Because Travis, go on. You got it.
I was gonna say, like, I noticed that you didn't ever have a rematch with Michael. Was that something that you wanted to do, or is it something that just one of those things that just didn't happen?
It just didn't happen. It didn't happen. I think with Michael, it's. I think my view really was looking at somebody that had a world title, you know, to challenge somebody. It's not like going back, even though I lost to Michael, it's not about me looking back, it's about me looking forward.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Do you understand? And then, you know, when I won a title, then, you know, against Doug DeWitt, then you had Iran Barkley, you know, you know, you had all the tough boys. I want to fight everybody.
Yeah.
Really, you know?
This is why, for me, it was a bit, that's why I found it confusing, because I was thinking, you've never shown fear at any moment in your career. So for you not to go back and get the Michael Watson fight, it felt for me, I was like, what? That was the big question that I really was interested to say, what happened there? Because it makes sense. It's a fight that makes sense. And then to right the wrongs, basically.
Well, you can look at it that way, but there again, in them days, you've got to look at, do I fight Michael Watson or I fight Iran Barkley?
Oh yeah.
I know who I want to fight. And if I want to fight Michael Watson or Eubanks, it's definitely got to be Eubanks.
Yeah.
I found Michael was a lovely guy. He was just like, you know, he was like the Steve Davis of boxing. He was just so much of a gentleman. He was a lovely man.
Yeah.
And then you got the other person that I had to fight, and that was Chris.
Yeah. Before we get to the Chris stuff, I wanted to, because I noticed you're a very principled man, and I want to know what's going through your mind when you tore up your license, your boxing license, when they wouldn't let your manager was it your trainer, Ambrose? They wouldn't let him be.
Yeah.
What was going on? Did he make? What was going on then?
No, what you got to understand, that time when I come along, you have all certain people like Frank Warren, you had this Terry Lawless, you had all this, and then I was bringing this black guy through thinking, you know what, he's done more for me than British Boxing Board of Control, you know what I mean? And so I was bringing Ambrose through. He was helping me out more than them. So I thought to myself, you want to take my money, but you don't want me to
bring
do
them.
What they want me to do what they want me to do. I'm not playing that game. I'm the one that I need. So I need your license. After I lost to Michael Watson, I went to America and started my career there. I didn't need a British license. I could box under my American license.
All right, that makes sense.
Hey, it was a very.
Bold.
Did you get? Was there like a lot of? What was the response from like the British public? Did you lose fans at that moment?
No, you weren't. Always. I ain't worried about the boxing board. I don't worry about it. They're only pen pushers and all that. I'm not playing none of that game. I had the support of all the British men, always behind my back, always had me. Wherever I went, the British public was behind me. So I don't worry about the boxing board because I could still go and fight in America and still show my fights in England. So I wasn't worried about the boxing board.
And you came back with a WBO title anyway. So there was no way to not acknowledge it.
No, they didn't. No one, listen, nobody, the British Boxing Board of Control, they didn't recognize the WBO. I was the first one to bring the WBO over here. They didn't recognize it.
Wow.
You know?
Right. It was the last one of
and look where the WBO stands in England today.
Exactly.
It's massive.
So like, obviously you've had rivals with your opponents before, but there was something about Chris Eubank that made that rivalry like the lifelong like rivalry of your career. Like, what was it about Chris?
Wait, and we're gonna go even more. Even when you did, I want to ask this question on top of that as well. Even when you did that Gladiator program,
I'm not playing. I'm not playing. You was not. I'm not playing.
Come on, nah, I've never seen you. And all I want right now is some parliamentary procedure right now. Wait. So I'm gonna be Eubank, I'm gonna be Nigel sitting behind him. Wait, because remember what happened on the show when I signed the contract? And he's just...
I don't hate the man. I just wanted a WBO title.
And you can see Nigel behind him like,
Yeah, but you didn't see. Did you see what video the little plastic soldier?
Wait, I didn't hear that. Let's say that again.
Say it one more time, please. Say it one more time, please.
There was a plastic soldier that I was playing around with. I don't know where I got it from. This little like soldier on a horse, and I was playing around with it in my hand. I don't know where I got that from. It's just someone pointed it out for me. It's like, you know, back in the day, back in the 70s, we played with these little
little green ones.
Like,
Was it the green ones?
No, like the Indians in the American Army, like little. I thought, where did I get that from?
So what was it about Chris Eubank that just rubbed you the wrong way? I've never understood this rivalry.
Right, I tell you what it was like the way that he used to carry on with his jobs in his Monaco and all things like that. And he'd like the way that he carried on, that he was better than me. You know, and the way that he was a sharp dresser. I gotta give him that, he was a sharp dresser. But I just thought to myself, where did he come from? I didn't know where he come from. It was always, I just thought, where did he come from? I thought, who is this guy? Who is this Eubank? And we were just so different.
Yeah.
I'm like from the street. I don't pretend that I'm anything else, but I'm from the street. He pretends that like the Queen should be in Hove and he should be in Buckingham Palace. You know? But I'm glad that God put him in my life, man. I'm really glad that he was around at the time. I needed someone like him. I needed someone like him in my life, man.
Amazing.
If he was to walk past you today, what is the feeling like?
Come on.
No, we would always have a rivalry, but no, I love Chris. I'll be honest with you. Thank God it was epic. I'll be the half man was. I needed him. I needed a dance partner, and I'm glad that he was there. Man. But we just don't see eye to eye. We just don't see eye to eye.
Do you know what?
I won't be disrespectful to him, not at all.
No, I understand. So we bumped into Chris Eubank, right, at the Deontay Wilder Luis Ortiz 2 fight in Las Vegas, and at that time your fight was coming up with Sakio Bika. So we asked him what his thoughts were on that fight, and you know, in typical Chris Eubank senior fashion, it was a long-winded answer.
Yes.
But he alluded to the fact that when an older fighter has to go to the well,
he has to go back to the well.
Yeah, it's usually for financial reasons or because he's struggling with money. Now, what was how do you feel in response to that?
Do you want to show your nuts?
I can't hear you.
I said, do you want me to show you my mansion that I'm living in now? I'm just going to walk you around. I'm just going to show you.
Oh,
we're getting the tour.
Hey, that's too funny. 1 second. Wait. Yeah.
This is a big moment.
Oh.
Okay. This is Nigel Benn's mansion. Look at the space.
Yeah. He don't. So you don't really have to go back to the well. You just wanted to.
Right.
This is the tour. This is happening. MTV Cribs, Nigel Benn's house.
This is mad, you know. And he's got that middle bit for no reason. That square, like, I don't even know what that is.
Nah, look at the chandelier.
Is that the chandelier? Nah.
Right.
And all he wanted was a terrace. All he wanted was a 3-bedroom terrace house.
Right, and that's my gun that said that I'm doing up.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Nah, this is crazy.
This is mad. What is going on, bro?
Look at that. MTV Cribs.
Yeah, you don't need, yeah.
That's my swimming pool's outside.
Whoa! Nah.
And that's my theatre room.
He's giving up the flex.
Yeah, all right.
That was beautiful. So you don't need to. We understand.
We understand.
You didn't need to go back to the wall. You just wanted to.
So, right. So I'll just go outside and just show you outside my mansion. Okay. Right. That's my garden. Okay.
Whoa.
Look at
And that's my house. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I really need to go to the well. Okay.
Nigel is a legend.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, just want to let you know.
Still did that.
Right. You see, when you hear somebody like Chris saying that I got to go back to the world, I'm the one that I never got done for being bankrupt. He has, not me. My wife. I've been retired since '96. My wife invested money in property. She invested money. She bought this cash. We built this with cash, right?
Jeez.
So my wife looks after everything. She's a great woman. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's a great.
I don't have to work.
Mm-hmm.
I've retired. When I retired in '96, I've not worked. So when you say people that who have to go back, I don't, because it's something that was in me that I wanted to do, not because of money, it was nothing to do with money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually sitting okay at this present moment.
Well done, man.
You know?
Did you know what? Like, carry on, yeah. Go.
No, I just want to ask. So, in the lead up to the fight, we were speaking about the fight, and I'll be honest, Nigel, we didn't want the comeback to happen, man.
We didn't want the comeback.
Do you know why?
You know what it is?
Go on.
You know what it is? It was something inside me. Because I'll tell you for why. All through my career, I was always depressed, suffering because my biggest downfall, is being unfaithful to my lovely wife. That was my biggest downfall, and I struggled with that, and I struggled with drugs. I struggled with everything. It was like I wasn't living who I really was. I had to take drugs to get me away from what I was thinking. So it was like I was in a merry-go-round. I couldn't get off. I had all the drug dealers, I had all the gangsters, I had everybody around me. But yet I was never really happy. The only time I was actually happy was when I was training. That's the only time I was actually happy was when I was training. And now that I've stopped smoking, no spliffing, no women, nothing. It's like I live in a pure life. I was training harder now than when I was fighting. And then, I'll be honest with you, I only found out not recently that I have bipolar.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Right. I have bipolar, but I don't have bipolar where my bipolar is like this. I take medication, like only 0.5 milligrams, not strong, but what it does is, because I work on them, I'll tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you now. Nobody heard this. You're going to hear this straight from my heart. Right? What happened, I was on medication, and then I want to see if the medication really worked. So I come off the medication, and then I just started thinking about fighting again.
Right.
So it was like in my head, because I know I'm supremely fit. I can even send you the report. You asked my son Connor. We went to Harley Street, and when they put the mask and everything on you, and you ride the bike and all that. They said, "I've got the report. I can send it to you. The fitness of a fit 25-year-old. Connor has the fitness of a professional footballer." And I thought to myself, If they said I had the fitness of a 45-year-old, I thought that ain't bad. If they said the fitness of a 35-year-old, that ain't bad. That's really great. But to be fit as a 25-year-old, and I'm like 55, I think, oh my gosh, because I do a lot of altitude riding on my bike. I wear my mask, and I've been training. And then, so my heart rate and everything was just, it's been the best it's ever been. Because you've got to understand, when I was fighting, I was spliffing, taking ecstasy, chasing women, drinking now and then. So I had all that, and now, and so my mind's telling me, oh, I'm fit, but I've got to have an operation on my shoulders. But it's like, I've been banging so hard, but it's like, I've got a damaged shoulder in both of my shoulders. And then we found out I've got 2 ripped muscles in both of my shoulders. And I had, Connor was with me, I had a cortisone injection to try and ease the pain. But I just believe God didn't want me to fight. I just believe it was that. And it was simple as that.
Yeah, is that years of, because you probably are the hardest hitting, definitely in that time, I think one of the hardest hitting fighters.
Definitely.
Just throughout. Do you know what I mean? No one, I'll never forget Eubank's interview after your fight. Literally, he was like, I need to go to hospital.
My tongue is hurting. My tongue is cut. I need to get that boy tested. He needs to be tested. I've never been hit this way.
He goes, no, I want to go to hospital now. I said, yo.
I got to give you something. He can bang, Chris. He can bang. And you know what it is? I've never seen a physique on any middleweight like Chris. He's got a body, man, and he's got a head like a mallet.
Yeah,
like a mallet.
His chin is something.
That's right. And his jaw and his neck, man. He's got an unbelievable physique, man. I've never seen a body like that on Chris, man.
You know what's so crazy though? In that fight, I was there was one point in the first fight, I was disappointed at how it ended because I felt like you had enough time to recover in your 9th round, right?
Yeah.
No. What? You want to see me get knocked out? Are you all right, Nigel?
No. I thought you had 10 seconds. I thought you had 10 seconds because there's 10 seconds left, and I thought...
10 seconds ain't good enough, mate. 10 seconds ain't good enough. That wasn't long enough. I can assure you. Go on, Nigel. Get out in there. We'll stop the fight.
Hey, Nigel, how did you feel about the second fight, though? Because even though it was ruled a draw, I'm not going to lie, I thought you won that fight. And I think a lot of people felt like you won that fight. Even Chris felt like he won that fight.
Yeah, but you know what it was? It's like one of them things that, which one's Travis?
This one is Travis.
It's smooth Travis J.
I know his name, it doesn't make sense, does it? It feels like it feels like he's taking the liberties. It's funny his name. I thought it was this comedy.
I thought he just made that name up,
No, it's fully on his passport. It's ridiculous.
That's the real name, boy.
Okay. Right, what did I know? I thought the first fight, the first fight was much better, to tell you the truth. The second fight, I've seen much more worse decisions in that. So, you know what I mean? I thought of one, but, I got a draw. I'm happy. As long as I've got a draw, I've still got £1 million around my waist. If I lost the belt, then it would have been a different thing,
So, I heard something about the contract in that fight. I heard that the winner was supposed to sign with Don King.
I'm happy.
No, I always... all my fights with Don King.
Right, okay.
All my American fights with Don King. Listen,
how do you
Don King
now?
Listen, Don King ain't messing with me. Why is he not messing with me? When I fought Eubank, we had over 47,000 at Old Trafford, over 18.5 million people watching England, and 500 million around the world watching our fight.
Wow.
Right? So when you hear all that, and I'm one of them kind of guys, I'm not one of these kind of guys that going to roll back and say, like, you know what, you ain't getting this. He paid me what I wanted.
Yeah.
He paid me what I wanted. But if you watch me in the Gerald, watch him after the Gerald McClellan fight, he come over to me. Yeah, you made a believer in me. I said, no, you only brought him over here to bash me up. So I let him know.
Yeah.
Let him know that, no, don't come and play all that with me. I know what he's all about. But he paid me whatever I wanted.
Now, you mentioned the Gerald McClellan fight, and it's one of those fights that's hard to talk about because although it's it's marred in tragedy because of
I don't really find it. I don't find it hard to talk about whatsoever.
Okay.
Because you know what? I'm not being disrespectful. It's like we're over 25, and as you know, I think if you watch a documentary called "The Fight of Our Lives," I raised me and Kevin Lucian, we raised $250,000 for him. We raised a lot of money for him, and but what it was, I remember what really got to me is when he said to my dad, "I'm going to hurt your boy." And my dad said in his Bajan accent, "You got to do what you got to do, man." That's what my dad said to him. But I thought to myself, I felt so disrespectful that he talked to my dad like that. And he was very full of himself. But you got to understand, he moved from light middle to super middle. It takes you about 6 to 8 months to adapt to the weight. He just jumped straight up and thinking that I want to be one of these guys that will lie down and I'm not going to get up. But I didn't have no fear with him whatsoever. He didn't scare me whatsoever.
Can we talk?
Travis,
No, because I watched it. I watched it back even just to give me that feeling. I knew I was talking today, and I said, you know what? Watch it back again. It was all the feelings. And Travis is going to say something because Travis, say that.
Well, this is what I was going to say because my point I was going to make is that even though it ended, it was one of the best performances I've seen from you ever
in my life.
Like how the first round ended to how the second round looked, absolute insane.
Right, but that's
there you go. Can I ask quickly then?
Happened? Yeah.
When you went through those ropes, what's going through your mind at that moment? Because I don't understand how literally you fought through the ropes and then I don't know what is driving you
back
to get up. Because usually nobody, has anyone recovered like that before from something like that, falling out the ring?
No. You know what it is? The first time when he knocked me out, I kind of think, I'm on the floor. And then I got up. The first one, I don't really remember much.
Yeah.
But I know when I come back to the corner, Benny Mancini, God rest his soul, he said to me, look at the state he's in. He said, look at the state that he's in. Look at the state that he's in. That's what he said to me. And I thought, really? And then something in my subconscious, I don't know what happened, but something changed in my mind. And if you watch that, from that time, I'm chasing him around the ring.
Yeah.
He's not chasing me.
Yeah.
It's insane.
He's to me, and I'm chasing him around. There's a punch, right? There's a punch. I don't know if it's round 5 or round 6.
I'm sure it comes up.
I threw a punch. You've got to watch it. You got to watch this punch. It's so fast. Bang! A right hand. It was so quick, and his head rocked. And me personally, I think that was the changing of that fight because I hit him hard. It was so quick. He didn't even see it coming. And even after he was hitting me sometimes, I didn't feel him because something happened after round 1.
Mm-hmm.
Something just changed in me. And even when he put me down in round 8, because it was a half punch, half slip when I went down. I remember I gave him a straight right hand, uppercut left. When you come back round, you know that. I didn't feel nothing.
Do you know what? Is that so? When you hit him with that punch, is that when his gum shield fell out? Because I remember his gum shield.
He was spitting his gum shield out quite a lot.
It out,
No, he was. I think he was in because what you got to understand is the same thing. What happened to me against Michael Watson? What happened to him? He come out all guns blazing. He's not been the distance before.
Mm.
Do you understand? So he don't know what 10 rounds. The most he's ever been is 8 rounds.
Yeah.
It's the same with me. So like when I had my chance to shine against Michael Watson, I was just too burnt out. I had nothing left in me.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that, I punched it out of him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It goes down as one of the most incredible,
tremendous
performances I've ever seen. And I always, the main question I was thinking is, what gives a man that level of drive though? Because it felt unnatural.
Yeah.
It felt like, how does someone get up?
You didn't come out.
Keep going.
It's not like you got up out of the first round and you came into the second round wobbly and tried to survive. You came on the front foot.
Yeah. That was my corner. That was my corner. Said to me, look at the state you got him in. Look at him. Look at him. And when he said that to me, something changed in me.
Yeah.
Now, it's because what happened, Denny Mancini was my cuts man. He was my trainer.
Okay.
He moved my trainer out of the way. Now, if my trainer said to me, Nigel, you're getting battered in there, mate. He's really hurting you. That's when my head's going to drop.
Yeah.
Because he changed the way I was feeling, I was like, come on, ring the bell. The second round, I went after him. I had no fear. And then it was so funny after this fight. Go on.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, so, it's funny because you and Chris Eubank Sr. have very similar experiences in your careers. Like, he had the Michael Watson experience, you had the Gerald McClellan, and it's documented how it affected Eubank because, he kind of struggled to put guys away, like after that experience for him mentally. How did it affect you come up?
I didn't even think about it. Never. I think my lifestyle. What I was saying about how I was with my wife, how really that really affected me and my lifestyle. Nothing to do with the fight, but after the fight, I don't know. I wasn't really the same. I don't know what happened. I don't know because after a while, I did stop Danny Perez, but no, I didn't. The fight never bothered me.
Yeah,
I was in my own world, if you understand, Travis. I was in my own world. I had my own issues in my life.
Yeah.
So what was it now then? Did you have counseling? What was it? Because you said you got over the demons and stuff, and I understand you said you gave your life to Christ. But have you dealt with all the issues or the demons of the past now?
Yeah. When you follow Jesus, you understand Jesus, Lord Jesus cleansed me from all my sins. And yet, I'm in a different place. I'm absolutely in a different place. I know Travis's name. What's your name?
I'm KG. So I'm just...
KG, 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 it's like, because it was many years. This is all I went through from a boy of 8.
Yeah.
8 years old. And I think it was really the death of my brother I was angry with, that he lost his life. He was only 17, cut his groin and he bled to death. So these are the kind of things that really affected me. They're the things that I lost my hero that really changed me, that really changed who I was. And I was like a damaged little boy. So yeah, I dealt with my demons, and now what I've been through, now God's given me the blueprint to help all these broken men that are suffering with depression, men that are struggling with men that are suffering with addiction, men that are being unfaithful. It's like God say, now I'm giving you the blueprint. Now you help these Christian men that are struggling with the walks of life. And you know what? It gives no more pleasure than going out there than to help men that are struggling. And you know what? I feel honored that God's using me to help these broken men. To me, doing this means much more than boxing ever will.
Wow.
I respect that, man. Respect that.
You have to drop a bomb for that. Listen,
What?
that's incredible, man.
How does it feel like now that your son has followed your footsteps? Because, you know, I always relate to fighters who follow in their father's footsteps because my mama is a comedian and I'm a comedian. And getting into the game, I felt the pressures of following her footsteps. How have you kind of felt like about Conor following in the Dark Destroyer's footsteps? How have you seen him manage it?
Listen, man, my son, oh my gosh. I can tell you a few things, but I can't, but he is lethal. He is lethal. Not saying it because he's my son, like, you know, the guy that he's fighting next. And I said, like, you know what, yeah, I don't, you know, I just feel like you'll do a number on him. He's been sparring with some big boys and holding his own with some. He's been holding his own with some. I'm not saying who, but holding his own with like big guys. And like Conor, and like the next fight after this one, I know he's only thinking about this guy, but you know, I said, go and call that Porter next. I know Conor. He's getting man strength now. He ain't getting boy strength now. He's getting man strength because of what he's done. Not too far. What he's done inspiring. I've seen him. He's just progressing. He ain't got boy strength. He's got man strength. He's 24 now, and I can see him. He's actually more dedicated than I ever was. And I used to train like a Trojan, but Conor is more dedicated than me. Even when I lived with him through this COVID, just before the COVID, and he was he was training, he was wearing all his food, he was doing it. And I wanted to eat my chocolate biscuits. He said, no, Dad, you can't bring them in the house, man. You can't bring them. It made me everything, but we were really at each other's throat. And it made me throw away all my food. He wouldn't have nothing in there. He's like, I mean, how he trains 3 times a day. I mean, I've got no fear in being world champion at all. I'll put him with anyone in the next year. I see him fight. Listen to me. I see him fighting for the world title next year because I believe he will beat this guy. And he can't see some fighters are gonna keep fighting mediocre fighters. Conor's not like that because how Conor's gone now, he's fighting this guy that just fought Porter. So then where does he go? Does he fight Josh Kelly? Josh Kelly's got his own issues at the moment. I think he should save that until if he beats Epinesian or whatever his name is, then they can have a fight. You know, because he'll never be European champion. But I know my son. I know how he trains, man. I think, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of him, man. I'm so proud of him.
Eubank is so funny because both you and Eubank again have different ways of dealing with your son in a sense. So Eubank's pretty much been there and he's micromanaging really in the light at times. I think he's stepping back.
I don't want my son. I don't want to go near my son.
Okay, what's the reason why you decided to stay away from him in terms of
the reason why his trainer Tony brought him on tremendously. Conor's only had 20 amateur fights, and the way that he's taking Conor now, if I train Conor fight like me. I don't want Conor fighting like me. I want Conor to be better than me. And the way the Tony's training him, he's showing him different shots, and he's training. It's just unbelievable how he trains Conor. The way that he trains Conor, doing the sprint work, doing all this, unbelievable, unbelievable. And so the only thing I want Conor to do is say, Dad, how do I deal with my tax? Two things I tell Conor. Don't sleep around and pay your taxes. And you know what? Now he's married. Now he's having a baby. Now he's buying his house. He's doing everything in the right way. He's not like me. He's completely different. He's completely different.
I love that.
You must feel a sense of satisfaction knowing that you've been able to impart that wisdom to him in a way.
Yeah, but you know what it is at the beginning. He tried to live my old life before he was professional. He tried to live. He wanted to be like with all the wrong people and everything. And he went through a phase of when he lived here in Australia that he wanted to be like the big I am. But he soon got knocked down to size. And now he's in the right shape now. He's so dedicated. I wasn't even half as dedicated as what he is.
Wow.
He's just so focused. He's that good.
What's it like for you as a parent? Not as Nigel Benn, the Dark Destroyer, as a parent watching him fight, and it's a tough fight. What's that like?
He's not been there yet. He's not been in a tough fight yet. It's not really been in a tough fight. You could say with what's that one that the tough French one. Guy?
Yeah, because he had a rematch with him after that one. They both knocked each other down.
Yeah. But that wasn't really a tough fight. That was a hard fight, but one problem about when you start stepping at the ladder.
Yeah, you see when that's a tough fight. Yeah.
But this is the thing,
it's hard because you don't know what tough fight is.
That was a tough fight.
You don't know what your tough fight is different.
To you got hit through the ropes and you came back next round.
That's right.
He's like, nah, that was a tough fight.
In my day, we were going to the rope.
Hey.
He's got them coming. They're coming.
Yeah.
They're coming.
I need to ask you a question, though.
There
was a middleweight discussion. The middleweights all met up.
Yes.
Yeah.
The round table.
The round table with the middleweights. And it didn't make sense because there was a few middleweights there.
You had Roy Jones, Steve Collins, Chris Eubank Sr., and then you had Joe Calzaghe, and then there was one last guy.
He shouldn't have been there.
He shouldn't have been there.
James Tony.
No.
James Tony wasn't there.
James Tony wasn't there. This was another Richie Woodhull.
That's it. He shouldn't have been there. In my, I'm just gonna say it. I'm saying
how comes you weren't there?
Where were you, bro?
Where?
There was
for the Sky Sports round table, because it didn't make any sense having Richie Woodhull there in that conversation. That should have been you. So I wondered, did they contact you?
No.
Crazy. Because it didn't make sense.
You know what? It
didn't make sense.
Because you know what it is. I'm not really around it anymore. I'm really live a different life now. So me to come all the way back from Australia to do a TV, I'm not really worried. You know what it is? Even if let's say I was voted number 100 in the best super middleweights and all, it doesn't bother me. Yeah. Records doesn't bother me. Do you understand? I got voted the best super middleweight in history along with Joe Kawasaki, inducted to the Hall of Fame. I've got all that, but you know what? I'm not being disrespectful, but you know what? That's just that was my life path. I'm glad that I can entertain people. Yeah. But my life is not based around boxing anymore. My life is around helping these broken men.
Yeah.
Helping keeping families together. That when you've been there, you've seen, because I've been divorced and I see the damage that it done to my kids and all that. So if I can help an ex-man to keep his family together, and so that they can help him provide for his family, to love his wife, wow, that's me now. So me sitting around the round table with all these people that want to chat a load about this, about that, but nah, I'd rather chat with you lot than sitting around the round table. You understand?
Yeah. This Nigel Benn, I can't believe it. Seriously, even now, when because Travis said that you called him.
Oh man!
And then I said, "Wait, what?" Literally, I was. He's like, you said you just came on the phone. Just like cool, like
he phoned me up, and I heard the voice on the phone. I was like, straight away, "Is that Nigel Benn?" I know that voice.
Yeah, man. No. Yeah, but you lot had me in stitches though. That's what made me call you. I said to Justin, "Get me this guy a Zambia man, give him a ring," because you lot made me laugh. I don't mind. I don't mind people taking the mickey at me. I've got thick skin, man. It just made me laugh, man. I thought I've got to speak to these guys.
It's the fear from down under, though. Because we said, I don't know.
So Nigel, what's your advice to Roy Jones right now? Because he's gonna fight Tyson.
Yeah, he's.
Oh my gosh! Listen. I said this ages ago, right? Listen. I told Trish, one of the podcast guy, I said, like, you know what? He ain't gonna want this fight. Listen, I don't care how much money, even if they offered me 20 million to get in the ring with Mike Tyson, I still wouldn't do it. Because one of these punches or could be brain damage. Right? Because I remember, and I tell you, the reason why I'm saying that, I remember I went on the pads with Frank Bruno, and I held the pads of Frank Bruno just for like 20 shots.
Yeah.
And he hit me, man. And you know what it is? I think he might be the one that done my bloody shoulders, because my shoulder, that was just one punch. One punch. And this is like, 20-ounce gloves on, big gloves. And yet I felt the power. And the way that Tyson's got it meant, oh, thank you, Lord. You know what I was saying about how I feel better now? Mike Tyson must really feel the same way now, because you know what?
Oh my
God. He's not stressed no more.
Imagine him walking around
no more.
Years old. So true. Being at 25.
Yeah, he's not stressed no more. He's not stressed no more.
Jeez.
That's what I'm saying. He's not stressed no more. That's why and you know what? It's like fighting for freedom. He ain't got no Don King chasing him, or this woman chasing him, or that. He's just free to do as he please. And you might see a real powerful Mike Tyson. And that's the same thing what I was saying about how I felt.
That's a
new perspective.
That's a new perspective that I haven't thought about, Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, you watched, did you see the Chisora Usyk fight?
Yeah.
What was because me and Travis have been arguing about it. I said Usyk is an amazing mover. He worked out the distance very quickly. Yes, he didn't go for the finish, but he showed a lot of skill.
I said he showed a lot of skill. He didn't send a message to the heavyweight division with that performance, though.
I agree with you. I think what you understand is, like, Chisora's been around. He's been, he's been stopped by Dylan White. He's been around, and so you can see, you got to understand, Chisora, he wings the punches in, so you can see everything coming. Yeah. And yet, Chisora was catching him with punches. He was catching him with punches. Yep. So you think of a proper, like, really sturdy heavyweight, like Joshua or anyone or Tyson Fury, because these guys are like, who really still on the top of their game. Chisora has been around. He's been around, and you can see him winging him in. And after about the third or fourth round, it's so funny, he was puffing and panting. So maybe, I don't know if he was carrying too much weight.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. I thought there's questions to be asked, because he was puffing maybe third round.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah. I see that. Yeah,
out of the corner, and it just said to me,
he's not fit.
He didn't look fit.
Yeah.
After round 7 or 8, I thought he was done. I thought it's time to close.
Yeah. But you see, what you got to understand is, I don't know why people he didn't need to bulk up. I think that if he stayed coming in most of this stone lighter, not 18 stone, you're not an 18 stone man, because that's a lot of excess weight that you're actually carrying around that you don't need against a lighter guy.
Yeah, because he was 15 and a half.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Usyk was 15 and a half, but it's exciting. Go on.
Derek caught him with some shots, though.
He did.
He took them.
And talking about, I don't know if they were really full-on shots, though. I don't know if they were really full-on shots.
They were shots from a man that was like really breathless.
He was chasing him,
They were breathless shots, fam. So you can't really...
Yeah.
Do you know what, Nigel, I want to ask, right? Because I know you and Frank Bruno were good friends, right? So I know when he fought Tyson in the States, you were
there.
Yeah, you were there. I think you carried the flag for him. What was the intensity like being in the other corner from Mike Tyson?
Yeah,
his entourage.
No. Yeah. It was an entourage that really kind of because you had Tupac and all them were there.
Yeah,
And you
okay.
had like crocodile, and crocodile, and they were like that, going like that to Frank Bruno.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Tupac.
yeah. Frank was kind of yeah, and Frank, I just feel like they're very intimidating.
Yeah.
I was like that with my flag. All right, see, Frank, bye. I just come out, man. Very intimidating.
Wait,
very
That's
intimidating.
crazy. So imagine Tupac, he's going like that.
wait.
West
Do you know what?
Side.
Was he who was wearing the orange suit in the fight against McClellan? Is McClellan?
What's that?
Was Frank Bruno wearing the orange suit? Because there was someone
ringside.
orange suit going crazy. Was that Frank Bruno?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it was. Only Frank Bruno could wear that suit and get away with it.
That suit was loud.
So what you guys?
Yes.
So do you guys still have a good relationship?
No, well, not really. No, I don't see it no more. I don't see him no more. And I think you know what it is. It's like I said, Travis. It's like we don't see each other no more.
Mm.
The only time I see him is when we do like Q&As when we go back and I work in England. I come back and see him, but otherwise, I don't see nobody. I absolutely don't see nobody. It's like a completely different life. I'm not in that boxing bubble world. I'm not in that, man. I'm on the outside. I have a different perspective. It
was like a known thing that when Nigel's fighting, Frank Bruno's going to be ringside and he's going to be loud.
Absolutely. I can hear him as well. Like when he fought Oliver McCall.
Yes, he's right there. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to give you a joke. When Frank Bruno, I run in the ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
I tried to pick Frank up and put him on my shoulders. Watch him. I tried to get underneath him to pick up this 18-stone man. I was like that. Oh, no, I can't. I need to break my neck. Right? Watch Frank. You see Frank going like that. Someone tried to lift him up. That was me trying to pick him up. How can this 12-stone man pick up an 18-stone man and try and get him on my shoulders? What was I thinking of?
Oh my gosh.
Before we go, because I know I'm keeping you, I really want to understand, how does the conversation go? You know, when you said you changed, and I want to know about, because it's the battle with the wife almost. Speaking to your missus and finally apologizing, and what does that even apology look like? To say, you know, I've been this man in the past, the drugs were there was this. How do you overcome those barriers? Like, what does that conversation look like? I just want to understand that better.
You know what it is? It's actually speaking to my wife. When I became a Christian, it's like, I told her literally everything. 16 years of affairs, drug use, everything. I told her everything. And it was like, we separated for 1 year. And I went to live with my pastors, left my mansion. I left everything. I had to drive a E-Reg Escort, 30-year-old E-Reg Escort in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get all my clothes at a second-hand shop. I wanted to change. I didn't like who the person I was.
Wow.
So by me confessing everything to my wife, it took me a year. We renewed our vows a year after. I left my wife for 1 year. I went to live with my pastors. I wanted to change who I was. It wasn't some people run to the Priory and 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, they say, yeah, I'm changed. I stopped. Me and my wife, we never had communion for a whole year. I left my house. I wanted to change. So it wasn't just a quick fix.
Yeah.
It was a whole year. And what it was, and from that time, God, thank God, from that time, I never cheated on my wife, never smoked spliff, never smoked cigarettes, don't take ecstasy no more. My whole life has changed.
Was she a believer too? Was she a believer too, or because
my wife is a believer. She's actually the one that, you know. I'd actually said my wife is my knight in shining armor. It should be me, but she's my knight in shining armor. She could have left me. She could have took literally everything and just left me. But even though she owns everything anyway, because everything I own, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She could have left me, but you know, she knew there was something good in me, and she stood by me. And it's so funny, because she stood by me. We've got two. Oh, so funny. There's so much to this story because Con and India, they're IVS. We can have babies naturally.
Wow.
And then God blessed us. God blessed us with two more babies, Layla and Levi, that come along naturally. If we parted, we wouldn't have had these two kids. So there's so much to this story. Now she works. She deals with a lot of women that go through domestic violence, suicide. She deals. Oh, but she's just she's so much of an amazing woman and an amazing wife.
Man. Sounds like a great
Yeah.
woman. Sounds like a great girl,
yeah,
man.
she is, man.
Listen, one day, as I said, one day, we would love to come to Australia and just kick it with
No.
you.
I'll see you when I come back. I want to see you when I come back to England. I'll take you both out for a meal, man. Just
yes.
because I can do that. I can do that. I can definitely do that.
Listen.
That's my hand on my heart. Okay?
We're right there with you. The heart is not on the injured shoulder, brother. You know when the man puts his hand on his injured shoulder, says, yo, I'll take you. Nah, this was
Nigel,
absolutely
thank
amazing.
you so much, man.
I can't believe it. Like, oh man, we sat down with Lennox.
Yeah.
Now the Dark Destroyer. I can't literally I'm lost for words.
No, because you know what it is. You're doing something very positive, you know. And you do it with fun, you do it with joy, you do it with laughter. I mean, when I heard you two like taking the mickey, I was just rolling around. I just thought to myself, oh my gosh, I've got to meet these guys. Seriously, I thought, where they come from, man? I thought, I'm going to meet these guys.
Oh man, listen. Well, man. God,
Thank you so much, man. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, man. Watching you as a little boy, growing up, watching your fights with my dad. My dad is gonna be so proud watching this interview because he's a massive fan of yours.
Oh my God.
Listen. Keep up the good work, and if you ever want to chat, every time you got my numbers, just give me a call. Do anything you want.
Big respect, Nigel. Big respect, Nigel.
Drop the number one.
God bless you.
Take care, Nigel.
God bless you too. Take care.
God bless you, man.
We'll speak to you
God
soon,
bless you.
Man. Oh man.
Bye.
See you later, Mama. Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff. Make sure and come back, bruv. Tell a friend, tell your grandma, tell your dad, tell everyone, tell your cousins. Let's go.